Hi everyone, it's me, Josh here from the WWS COC, so I'm just going to back this off a little bit so it doesn't get all like that. So, as the video states, this is a review of a very special model that I found at my local toy store, I could say. It is in fact, as you can see here, if you can see it, this is, bit of a glare there, this is the Mario Andretti Formula 1 winning 1978 Lotus. That Mario Andretti won his first and only F1 World Championship and became only the second American to ever win the Formula 1 Championship. The only other American driver to have done it was Phil Hill back in 1962, I believe. I think it was 62 or 63, but Phil Hill and Mario Andretti are the only Americans who have ever won the F1 World Championship as an American. Even though originally Andretti was an Italian citizen, he then changed to American citizenship and became an American driver, as well as being an American himself. And so, as you can see here, this is the car that won him the 1978 World Championship. It's the legendary John Player Special Black and Gold Lotus, designed by the legend himself, Colin Chapman, and as you can see there, it's all accurate. In fact, let's actually go for a much more detailed look into it. So I'll actually cut here, because usually people who do these like diecast reviews do it all in one take. I'm gonna cut. So here comes a cut now. So yeah, as you can, I'm just trying to get this straight. So yeah, as you can tell from here, this here is the car. This is the car itself. Basically, you can see right there. I know you can see the reflection of my webcam's light on. That means it works, but whatever. Anyways, you can see there he drove the 5, and this is his number 5. In fact, interestingly, I'll get into smaller details, but as you can see here, it's all pretty accurate. So you've got the Valvoline sponsor, the classic Goodyear tires. That were the number 1 tires to use in Formula 1 up until the 90s, where Goodyear pulled out. And then, as you can see here, it says here, Lotus 1978. Actually, it says Monaco version, actually. This is the Monaco car that he drove for John Player Special Lotus, JPS Lotus, as it was called in the day before they became Lotus Renault. And you got the top view here. You can see my reflection. My dog's barking, if you can hear that. There, this is John Player Special Sponsor, which is, if anyone doesn't know what it is, it's a cigarette sponsor, which really actually is now banned in Formula 1. And as you can see, there is, in fact, Andretti's silver and red helmet, which is accurate to a T. However, if you look on closer inspection, I think, if you can see it I don't know if you can see it, but when I was looking at the car, I noticed that the driver's name, it's blurred, but as I can see here, it says Peterson. This is this is the weird thing. This is Mario Andretti. It's Mario Andretti's helmet, Mario Andretti's body, and yet for some reason he's driving his teammate's car. He's driving Ronnie Peterson's car. So, did Andretti drive Peterson's car in the Monaco Grand Prix, or did someone at the factory who made this was lazy to put Peterson's helmet on and instead gave it Andretti's? I'd like to know actually if Andretti actually did drive Peterson's car for the Monaco Grand Prix, and like he used up his spare cars and he had to use one of Peterson's spares, but I'm not so sure. So yeah, and yeah, as you can see, it's really detailed, like how they've gone into it. So you got like everything here, like the 5, the Union Jack on the front of the car, which sadly they don't have on this on the new Lotus teams, because I don't know why. They're based in the UK, but they're running French engines now. They're running Renaults, whereas with Lotus, when they were under Colin Chapman, they were using their own Lotus engines. And in fact, this Lotus here in particular, the 1978 Lotus, was one of the first cars to, well, one of the first successful cars to use ground effect technology, which won them the 1978 championship for not only Andretti, but I think and they also won it for the constructors championship. As you can see here at the back here, this is where they would have had the turbo and the turbo engine and all sorts happening. And it's nice to see the turbos back in Formula 1, except they don't sound as nice, especially if you put them in a V6. If you want to hear a nice car with a V6 sound that almost with no turbos, the 1980s, early 90s NASCARs come to mind, especially when I hear them. I think they've got turbochargers in them, even though they don't have them, and they're V6 engines, the same as F1 cars of today. So as you can see here, it's pretty amazing, the detail that goes into this. But anyway, yeah, so it's all here. Valvoline, John Player Special, the British flag, Goodyear tires, Andretti's 78 winning Lotus that won him the World Championship. His only F1 championship, as well as being only the second American to ever win the Formula 1 World Championship. And it's such a coincidence that looking at this, Stuart Haas Racing, or should I say Haas, the Haas side of it, are entering Formula 1 next year, which is going to be interesting. I think I should do a separate video all on its own, considering my thoughts about Haas Racing coming into Formula 1 and what drivers they should have from the Haas Racing stable. Because, well, I'll give my thoughts and opinions on that video, but other than that, this is the John Player Lotus, so I'd like to thank you. Actually, I should do the thanking right now, so let's cut back to me. Okay, so that was my I would say diecast. I just noticed it's actually a Scalextrics model, but it's not convincing. It could pass as a diecast model, so whatever. Diecast model, Scalextrics model, I call it a diecast model, because, well, it looks like one. It's very convincing to be one, so I'm just going to get a diecast. I'm never going to use the Scalextrics, because I haven't played the Scalextrics in at least 12 years, so yeah, so so that was my review on the 1978 Mario Andretti 1978 Monaco Grand Prix 1978 winning car. I'd like to thank everyone for watching this, and if you're expecting more diecast videos, I'm not too sure on that. However, my friend Diana, oh boy, she's got a fuckload of diecasts. I'm telling you, she has an entire, her room is basically NASCAR related, and she has a fucking huge collection of NASCAR diecasts from the 70s all the way up until the modern time, all up, to today. So she's got ones from Richard Childress, Hendrick, Richard Petty, Bobby Allison, Ken Schrader, Kenny Wallace, Ricky Rudd. I don't know. She's got a fuck ton. She probably has those drivers. I bet you. Those drivers I just mentioned. She probably has those cars. So, thank you for watching this diecast review. I hope you keep continuing to watch the WWS COC, and we will see you next time. And goodbye.